Welcome in to North of the Lake. You know, I didn't even have a live schedule tonight. I thought we was going to go in there and take care of business. I'm talking my LSU Tigers. I thought we was going to go in there and take care of business tonight. I didn't have a live plan tonight, but I thought I'd go ahead and do one and just express my thoughts on what happened tonight. I've been an LSU fan a long time, probably since I was like 5 years old. I'm 30 now, so I done seen LSU football for over 25 years now. And I don't think I ever seen an LSU team I've never seen an LSU team that wasn't motivated since I've been watching LSU football, bro. This team is not a motivated team. At LSU, we don't let stuff like that happen. What happened tonight? You know what I'm saying? First of all, almost gave up 50 points. Then our defense was just out there lackadaisical. No, I mean, the defensive end didn't set the edge all night, maybe until like late in that fourth quarter. We letting everything get outside of us. We talking about no containment at all. The whole night, no containment at all from our defensive end. They ran that same little pitch play. They got them 10 yards of carry every time. Every time. It's starting to get to a point now. Like, I think where we at in LSU football right now, this is a turning point in LSU football right now. For the first time in my lifetime, I witnessed LSU not be the most talented team on the field. And, I thought the Florida State game might be a fluke. I thought it was a fluke. I said, well, we came out. That first drive, we went right down the field in that Florida State game. And I said, okay, we're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking, we're going to click. I thought, the defense was going to get better and play up to the standard of LSU football, but I don't see it this year. First of all, D-line. We're supposed to have one of the best D-lines in the country, right? We're supposed to have one of the best D-lines in the country. And we out there getting pushed around. We're not getting no type of pass rush on the quarterback whatsoever. And we're supposed to have two All-Americans and Mason Smith, Mekhi Wingo. We got these guys supposed to be All-Americans out there. I ain't see no push hauling. They ran the ball how they wanted to run the ball. They threw the ball how they wanted to throw the ball. That's why when we finally did get a lead on them, I knew we had to go down there and score and put the game away. But what do we do? In the crucial moments, it seemed like the play calling got less creative. That made us maybe pump the ball back to them. Because this was the type of game where, you got to score points. Like every possession was critical in this game, and you knew it early on because they got on us early. I think they got up to like a 21-7 lead. And you knew early that you had to score points in this game. But our defense was just non-existent tonight. I've never seen an LSU team like this. Defense was just non-existent. People breaking contain, getting to the edge on the LSU defense. Receivers running wide open on the LSU defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you really think about this, we didn't look like the best team on the field. And that's the first time I can ever say that about an LSU football team. I feel like even some of them years that Bama was great, I feel like LSU had a more talented team, and you can see that. Even though we might have lost to Alabama all them years, you can see that LSU was the most talented team on the field. I don't see that no more. I don't see it at all. DBs, man. Number 10, Denver Harris, bro. If that's the best guy we got at DB, man, we in trouble. We in trouble. If that's the best we got at DB, we is in trouble, man. We in trouble. I mean, the DB's playing 10 yards off at LSU, DBU. I've never seen that before. A lot of times they playing 10 yards off, just letting receivers. The receivers can get them a 5-yard hitch with the ease against these LSU cornerbacks. Nobody is breaking on the ball. So they're not scared of LSU in no factor. You can see how Ole Miss called this game tonight. They went for it on fourth down a couple times. They was not afraid of LSU. And that's where we at. That's where we at right now. We look very average. We look very mediocre as far as SEC standards go. You know, you know, I was trying to warn people before Brian Kelly was well, I say in the beginning when LSU first hired Brian Kelly. I said we gotta be careful with this type of hire, man, because Brian Kelly type of dude, he ain't got no swag. He just a kind of like a corner guy, man. And I think what it is, he having a hard time getting that elite talent to LSU. Look at your bro over there at Florida State. What's the receiver name from Florida State? That's bodying everybody right now. Dude from Opelousas, Louisiana. We couldn't get him to stay in state. In the past, these guys was coming to LSU. All the Louisiana kids was coming to LSU. That ain't happening no more. We ain't the most talented team on the field no more, man. Like tonight, I ain't never seen LSU defense look like that. I've never seen somebody do that to LSU defense since I've been watching LSU football. That's why I think this is a turning point in the pro. This loss right here is a turning point for LSU. We not who we think we is no more. And I'm a diehard LSU fan, but I ain't gonna keep lying to myself. I ain't gonna keep getting my hopes high no more. Like, I think we gotta accept LSU for what it really is. To be straight up honest, I think we gotta accept LSU for what they are. We not DBU no more. We not wide receiver you. Well, I tell you what, I give it to the wide receivers. Like Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors had probably the games of their life. In especially the last couple of weeks. The last 3 weeks, them boys been balling across the board. But we not DBU no more. Don't get me wrong. Logan Diggs is a nice running back, but we don't have that game changer at running back that can just take it to the house. It just mediocre football. It's mediocre football. And then, I feel like at times they don't put the balls in they best playmakers' hands enough sometimes. That's one of the other criticisms that I have for it. But man, we don't look like that team no more. We don't like them dudes that, LSU used to be feared. Everybody knew when they play LSU, you had to bring it. Now people bringing it to us. We ain't bringing it to people. It ain't got that dog out there. It ain't got that Tyrann Mathieu out there. It ain't got that Patrick Peterson out there. It ain't got that Glenn Dorsey out there. These, don't get me wrong, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, they some talented dudes, but they don't have that. They don't have that guy this year, man. That just, especially on defense. I would say on defense, we don't have that guy on defense this year to rally the troops or the one that everybody, looks up to and fears, like the other team fears, like name, like even Harold Perkins. Harold Perkins could have been that dude, but I feel like they're not putting him in a position to make plays this year like he did last year. It just, I don't know, man. Just look, I've been trying to warn people about this when they hired Brian Kelly, man. I'm not saying Brian Kelly can't be a good coach, but it's all about fit. And I said when they hired Brian Kelly, I said we might have made a mistake because Louisiana guys need somebody we need a fiery guy to light a fire up in us. You know what I'm saying? Like we need that guy we need that rah-rah guy that, just that guy to get us going sometime. That's how Louisiana athletes need to be coached. And I don't think he getting that out of them. He just talk real political all the time, and we need that. We need that Ed Orgeron type of guy. I'm not saying go back and get Orgeron, nothing like that, but we need that type of fiery guy that got that the charisma to get these guys to LSU. Because I've been critical of Brian Kelly recruiting practices too on some of my lives. Man, there is really no reason for LSU to really be trying to go out and get a top tight end. In the SEC, it's about speed. Speed kills, speed wins the game. And as far as recruiting go on defense, especially, I don't see that speed. I don't see that aggressiveness that we recruit, that we used to having. Like the Tyrann Matthews, the Patrick Petersons, the even Tre'Davious White. Tre'Davious White was a dog. He's still in the NFL balling to this day. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have that dog out there on defense no more, man. I just don't see him. Don't get me wrong. Harold Perkins can step up sometime, but this year it's about consistency. You know, I understand they moved him around to a couple different places, but if you that guy, man, you got to make some plays. And I don't think we got that guy on defense this year. I just don't think we got that guy on defense. I'm not taking nothing from Harold Perkins. I'm not taking nothing from Mekhi Wingo. I'm not taking nothing from what's our other boy name over there? Harold Perkins, Mekhi Wingo, and Mason Smith. I'm not taking nothing from them guys. But I don't see that guy that steps up on defense, man. Come on, man. We didn't stop them all night long. They just kept tossing the ball to the running back 10 yards a pop. Defensive end crashing down every time. Not setting containment, not doing anything. Let me see who in the live right now. Welcome in to North of the Lake. I didn't even plan on going live. I really didn't, but I was really expecting LSU to take care of business tonight. I knew Ole Miss was going to give us everything that they can handle, but I still thought we were going to come out on top. And we still had a chance to come out on top. We just had to close the game out. That last drive that the offense had, we got to go down there and score on that drive. Because the type of game it was, you already knew whoever got the ball last was probably going to win that game. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like sometimes in crucial situations, Brian Kelly and the offensive coordinator don't have the answer. It's like they don't have that play that can get them 5 yards guaranteed. And if they do, they don't call it in the right times. Like that last drive, the offense had the ball. We had to go down there and score and close that game out. That's what LSU used to do. That's why I'm saying right now, man, LSU, I don't think LSU will ever be the same. It's like we might fall into that little drop off like Florida State had for that little period of time. When Florida State, right after Jimbo won that championship with Jameis, Florida State fell off about 10 years. I think LSU could be on the verge of something like that. Because I just don't see the talent on the field. Because it's a lot of young players playing out there. I understand that. It's a lot of young players, but it got some veterans out there too that's not producing. They don't look like elite talent. They don't look like a game changer that LSU used to have, and that was number 7. This year, number 7 is being wore by offensive linemen. Think about that. By offensive linemen. We usually have them dogs on defense. That number 7 usually go to a defensive guy. And this year, we ain't got it on defense. I ain't never seen the LSU defense like this. This might be the worst I ever seen the LSU defense. We don't contain the edge. We can't cover nobody. We can't tackle nobody. LSU probably missed about 50 tackles tonight. And that might not even be an exaggeration. It might not be an exaggeration. We might have missed about 50 tackles tonight. It's a good chance. It's a good chance. We missed about 50 tackles tonight, man. And that was just it just getting to the point where all eyes is on Brian Kelly now. You got to step up, man. Hey, LSU paid you a lot of money, bro. And you've been getting out coached pretty much the whole season. Outside of that Mississippi State game, he pretty much got out coached the whole season. He was out coached in the Florida State game. Grambling looked like they was about to run with us for a good minute of that first half against Grambling. It was like Grambling was there. You know what I'm saying? Grambling was there. Next game, you go to what we had. You go to Mississippi State. Took care of business against Mississippi State. Still didn't really reach the potential you should have reached in that game, because that game should have been even more of a blowout. You know, you go against Arkansas. Arkansas fight us tooth and nail, and they're not really that talented of a team like that. They fought us tooth and nail all the way to the end. Arkansas. So you got out coaching all of them games there. So, and it's not like these are like, don't get me wrong, Lane Kiffin is a great head coach. Never won a championship. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know the name of Arkansas coach. But he was fighting tooth and nail with Brian Kelly, who's one of the most winningest coaches, active coaches in college football. You done got out coached about 3 out of the 4 of the weeks of the season, Brian Kelly. You done got out coached about 3 out of 4 of the weeks of this season. And that's not even get started on last year. You know what I'm saying? We overachieved a little bit last year, but we also could have been a little better last year had you got everything out your players. And I'm not sure that Brian Kelly can get everything out these players. And I'm not sure he can bring in the talent that we need to compete in the SEC. Because a lot of this Louisiana talent not staying in Louisiana. That's part of the problem too. That's part of the problem too. So we in trouble. That's why I made this live, man. We in trouble. I just want to get some comments on this. Let me see if we got some comments. Please comment. Please comment. Please comment. I want to know y'all thoughts and opinions on this one. I really do. I really do. Shout out to Miss Montgomery. Shouts out to Miss Montgomery. Let me look up this Southern score just for you. I'm gonna look up this Southern score. Let's report Southern. Maybe they might. Hopefully they don't won. That might make me feel a whole lot better. Let me see if I can pull up the Jags right quick. Southern. They pulled up the baseball first for some reason. Football. Let me get that Southern score for you. Let me see. I can't find it for some reason, y'all. But if y'all know that Southern score, y'all get it to me. Shout out to Southern, but we talking LSU right now. What's y'all thoughts and opinions on that? What's y'all thoughts and opinion, man? Them Tigers went down. Like I said, I'm trying to find that Southern score, Miss Montgomery. I'm just trying to. Well, Miss McCraney. No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find that Southern score for you. If you know it, put it in the chat. I'm trying to look for it on ESPN. Let's see. But right now, we talking the loss to LSU. LSU goes down to Mississippi 55-49, man. Look. I just don't think LSU will be the same, man. If you go back and look at some of my tweets, I've been warning because I've been seeing the writing on the wall. I've been seeing the writing on the wall for a couple of years now. The talent been getting less and less and less talented at LSU at the skill position. Don't get me wrong, we still got some dogs on offense, but the defensive side of the ball has failed dramatically at LSU as far as retaining talent and also recruiting talent. And we have not taken full advantage of the transfer portal. My Coach Maryland came on here and said that he made that point one day, but we are not taking care. I mean, we are not capitalizing like we should on the transfer portal. We're not capitalizing like we should in the transfer portal. They're not getting the athletes. It's just simple as that. I ain't gonna stay on here long tonight. I just wanted to, because I'm gonna go live like I usually do Sunday at 7 p.m. I'm going live tomorrow. We're gonna talk high school. We're gonna talk Saints, LSU. Hopefully the Saints go out there and handle business. I can't afford this weekend. My Tornadoes lost, LSU lost. Hopefully Southern won to make me feel a little better. And hopefully the Saints don't go out there playing around. Let me see who they play. I don't even know who the Saints play. Hopefully the Saints can do something tomorrow to raise my spirits. Let's see who we got. We got the Bucks. Saints got the Bucks. tomorrow at 12. I wonder if we home or not. I think we home. So hopefully we can pull it up. I think James gonna be starting that game. Hopefully the Saints can make us all feel better. Because LSU, I can see us losing about 2 more games. I can see us losing to Alabama, and I can see us losing to Texas A&M easily. And Missouri might mess around and surprise us on a good day. We can lose to a couple teams in the SEC this year easily. If that defense play like that, let's just say LSU, for the sake of argument, for the sake of conversation. Let's say LSU finishes with 4 losses. I would not be surprised if Brian Kelly is not the coach next year if LSU loses, takes 4 losses. 4 more losses, I think Brian Kelly out of there. Now, I think they're going to give him 3 seasons regardless. I think that may be the case. I think Brian Kelly got 3 seasons. He got this season and he got next season. Because they pay him too much money on a 10-year contract. They're not going to get rid of him in 2 years. More than likely, they're not going to get rid of him in 2 years. But if he drop a couple more games this year, a lot of LSU fans going to be calling for his job. I've been calling for his job since week 1. Y'all know me. I've been calling his job since the Florida State game, but because I never believed in him from the get-go, to be honest with you. I ain't think he was a good fit at LSU. I think they should never went that way. I think they should have went with somebody younger and somebody with some energy and kind of, fired up about football. We ain't need a politician down here in Baton Rouge. We don't need no politician down here in Baton Rouge. And the reason why I come at Brian Kelly, because we just look unprepared, and that's on the coach. That's on that stuff like that goes to the head guy. We look unprepared and unmotivated. You got to be able to motivate your team. You saw what Oregon head coach did against Deion last week in Colorado. You see that speech that Oregon coach gave to his players before that Colorado game. You got to get your players fired up, and I don't think Brian Kelly can do that. We just look lackadaisical out there now. We don't look like a good football team no more, especially on defense. Now, the offense, we can still score with the best of them, but that defense, like we got a championship. LSU has a championship offense this year. They do. As far as personnel goes, they got a championship offense this year. They got a championship offense this year. Defense gonna lose us about 2 more games this year if they play like that. I guarantee. I'll put money on it. If defense keep playing like that, we're gonna lose 2 more games. Easy. We ain't beating Bama with that defense. We ain't beating Texas A&M with that defense. And Missouri might surprise us. So it ain't looking good for Brian Kelly, man. Y'all send me some comments. Let me check my comments. Tell me what y'all thoughts is. We is north of the lake. Y'all go subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's NOTL Mon on YouTube. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Let me read the stats out. Like I said now, offense did everything to win the game for us tonight. You can't blame nobody but the defense, to be honest with you. Nobody but the defense. Jaden Daniels played out his mind. And I feel like if we just had an average quarterback this year, I guarantee you we might go 6-6 this year if it wasn't for Jaden Daniels. People have been criticizing that man so much. A lot of LSU fans been calling for Gary Nussmeier. But man, let's take our hats off to this man. Let's take our hats off to Jaden Daniels. Man. If it weren't for Jaden Daniels, LSU is about a 6-6 team. Because outside of him, we're not that talented. We got talent at wide receiver. We got a couple running backs. But outside of Jaden Daniels, LSU is not that talented this year. Look at our defense. Defense is a prime example. Look at our defense. Usually, we got a couple of first-round picks on defense at LSU. That's just the way it is. A couple of Louisiana kids gonna go to the NFL every single year. That is what it is. But we don't have that guy on defense. I don't see not one first round pick on our defense. But let me read out Jaden Daniels' stats tonight. Jaden Daniels was 27 of 36, 414 yards, 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns. That was Jaden Daniels' stats tonight. I'm gonna go again. 27 for 36, 414 yards, 4 touchdowns tonight. That was Jaden Daniels' stats. And people is calling and talking about putting Garrett Nussmeier in the game. Garrett Nussmeier, talented quarterback, but he ain't Jaden Daniels. He ain't Jaden Daniels. Like, the boy is balling, man. And then he added 15 carries for 99 yards and a touchdown on the ground. If we win this game, Jaden Daniels is probably number one in the Heisman race if LSU win this game tonight. Jaden Daniels is playing out his mind. Outside of maybe a couple quarters this season, the man has been awesome all year long. He already close to passing up his touchdown, his total touchdowns for last year. He threw 17 touchdowns in the air. He's already at 16 right now through 5. What is it? Through 5 games, Jaden Daniels has 16 touchdowns through the air. So the only thing LSU got right now is Jaden Daniels. That's all we got right now. That's all we got right now, Jaden Daniels at LSU. So hats off to Jaden Daniels. Hats off. Like I said, the man was 27 of 36, 404 yards, 4 touchdowns. He had 96 yards on the ground and a touchdown. That's a Heisman game for Jaden Daniels. Defense just dropped the ball. Because this was Jaden Daniels' moment right here. This was his moment. This was his Heisman moment tonight, and defense couldn't hold it down for him. If it weren't for Jaden Daniels, LSU would be a 6-16 this year. 6-6. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and show some highlights from tonight, and I'm just kind of walking out through it. Let me walk you out through it. This is after we had already went down. We already had went down 7-14. It's actually gonna get to 21. I think this might be some cut up highlights off of YouTube. Let's see what it do. But we already down 21-7 at this point in the first quarter. Like I said, Jaden Daniels balled tonight. Logan Diggs balled tonight. The receivers balled tonight. All of them. Chris Hilton had a nice run toward the end of the game. And at this point, all the momentum started to go LSU way. At this point, we was down 14, and all the momentum started going our way after this. Like I said, Jaden Daniels didn't flinch all night. Like I said, we down 14 at this point. He gets us back into a game with a nice run. And the running game was there all night for LSU. We could have took what we wanted all night on the ground. When we took that lead, we should try to slow things down, but keep that pace and keep taking shots down the field. In the fourth quarter, we have to close this game out. So right now, we got it back down to 7 points. It's a 7-point game. We back in the game. At this point, the momentum starts shifting towards LSU favor right here. Welcome in to North of the Lake, everybody that's viewing right now. If you want to get in on this live, just send me a DM or send me a text and I can get you in here. But right now, we're watching the highlights of Ole Miss LSU. LSU goes down in Oxford tonight. Like I said, DBs playing 10 yards off. Receivers can take whatever they want. The out route is there all night. The hitch is there all night. Poor tackling. And it seemed like LSU tried about 6 cornerbacks last night. A wise man once told me you don't sub our cornerbacks, no matter how bad they playing. And whatever we tried just didn't work tonight. The outside was there all night for Ole Miss, the running backs. They had a play in shotgun where they would just the running back would just start running. The quarterback would just toss the running back the ball. He started running to the outside. It was there all night. Broken coverages all night long. Right there. Prime example. Special teams still continue to be non-existent. No punt return at all. We just got a guy back there catching the ball. And that's one thing LSU was notorious for, was having return guys. Now they just put a guy back there on punt return just to catch just to field the ball. They don't trust nobody. They don't trust nobody to be able to catch the ball, take off and run and get some yards. Special teams is non-existent. But these receivers balling all season long. Like I said, we have a championship offense this year. LSU has a championship quarterback and a championship receiving core this year. But we got to outscore people. Our defense is just that bad that LSU has to outscore people. Right now, we're just watching the highlights from LSU versus Ole Miss. LSU goes down in Oxford, 55-49. Like I said, I didn't plan on doing it live tonight because I thought LSU was going to take care of business. I really did. But now I'm just motivated now. Like I said, the run game was there all night for us. I thought at times we should have stuck with it once we got the lead. Boom, all night long. Daniels was on point all night long. They had that throw all night long, the little fade. They had the fade all night long. Brian Thomas, throw it up to him. Why not? I would do it more often. I would do it a lot more often. And by the way, I'm back in studio. I am back in studio. Hopefully for good now. Like I said, we go live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube, NOTL Mon on YouTube. And like I said, LSU can stop the run all night long, yo. All night long. Ole Miss did whatever they wanted to do against the LSU defense. I have never seen it before. And what it's going to come down to this year for LSU, the offense has to score when the defense gets to stop. They're going to have to score. And I know everything can't be put on offense, but that's just the way. That's the only way we're going to win this year. Anytime the defense get any type of stop, the offense got to score. We got to keep a lead this year. Because if LSU continue to get in these type of games with back and forth scoring, I think we had a major disadvantage because our defense not set up like that. We don't have the DBs for that type of game. You can do whatever you want to do to our DBs. They're going to take it. You can run it at them. They're going to take it. You can throw it at them. They're going to take it. You can go over top on them. They're going to take it. So as far as us stopping somebody receiver this year, it's not going to happen. Denver Harris is playing the worst football I've ever seen by a cornerback ever in my life. And I think he's a sophomore this year, so it's not like he's a true freshman. Daniels always creating. I mean, I'm telling you, if it's not for Jaden Daniels this year, LSU might have like 2 wins if it's not for Jaden Daniels this year. Jaden Daniels is playing out of his mind right now. Jaden Daniels is having a Heisman season right now, but LSU defense is failing this man. Look at these throws. Money throws. Money throws. I don't know how he got that into Kyron Lacey right there. Money throws all night long. LSU defense is cheating Jaden Daniels out of a Heisman this year. They truly are. This man is out there balling, throwing strikes. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes he may not lead the receiver sometime, but when Jaden Daniels is on, Jaden Daniels is on, man. LSU defense didn't stop nobody all night long. They had a couple possessions, but that's what like I said a couple minutes ago. When LSU defense gets a stop, LSU offense must score. That's just what it is this year. Our defense is not very good. Offense is gonna have to score 50 points a game to beat anybody this year. You got to catch that ball, Kyron Lacy. Kyron Lacy, man, he made a nice play in the end zone tonight, but man, Kyron Lacy, I counted about 10 drops for Kyron Lacy this year. And that's just some of the game. I guess it didn't go all the way. I guess it didn't go all the way on this YouTube clip, but that's enough. That's enough to see right there. That's enough to see, to know what's going on. It was just Ole Miss took whatever they wanted tonight. They took whatever they wanted tonight. For real. For real. They took whatever they wanted tonight from LSU. I'm gonna get ready to share with y'all the some of the stats from the night. But whatever Ole Miss wanted, they got it tonight against LSU defense. I have never seen an LSU defense so not motivated before. Even when LSU defenses wasn't the best, they always had a certain fire about them. I don't see that fire no more. I don't see that fire no more from an LSU defense that's usually motivated. I hope y'all can see that. So let's look at the stats from the night. Jason Dart from Ole Miss. He had a pretty good game too. Let's not take nothing from him. So, like I said, Jaden Daniels. Look at these stats. Jaden Daniels is the second leading rusher for LSU tonight. Jaden Daniels also threw for 414 yards and 4 touchdowns with a QBR of 92.7. The dude has been balling all year long. Like I said, Jason Dart had a pretty good game too. He was 26 of 39, 389 yards, 4 touchdowns as well. He just wasn't able to create like Jaden Daniels tonight with his legs. And he had a couple nice runs, to be honest with you. He did. He had a couple crucial runs that kept Ole Miss in the game. He truly did. He truly did. So going forward, man, I don't know. Like I said, I can see LSU losing to Texas A&M, and I could definitely see them losing to Alabama. Alabama not even what they should be this year. Georgia isn't either. That's why this was the year for LSU to sneak their way into the college football playoff and win a championship. This is the year because LSU has the quarterback. Look at the stats. The stats speak for themselves. The stats speak for themselves. Let's look at Jaden Daniels for the year. And you can add 4 more touchdowns to this 12 tonight. So Jaden Daniels has 16 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And he should be close to about 1,700 yards throwing for the year. He's already where he was this time last year. Jaden Daniels only threw for 17 touchdowns last year. He's now at 16 touchdowns for the year with 2 interceptions. That's impressive. Jaden Daniels is playing Heisman football right now, but LSU defense is failing him. This man is a Heisman candidate this year, but LSU defense is failing him. It's failing him. And it still got LSU fans. I cannot understand it. It got LSU fans out here calling for Gary Nussmeier to be the quarterback. And look at the numbers this man is putting up this year. Like I said, these stats are going to increase after tonight. Jaden Daniels is at about 1,700 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Look at the numbers he put up tonight. They're right there on the screen. He completed 75% of his passes for 414 yards and 4 touchdowns. And he also ran for, I think what it was, 90 something yards tonight, 99 yards, I want to say. We can go check it out. Let's see exactly how many yards he ran for tonight. He rushed for 15 carries, 99 yards, and a touchdown on the ground as well. Let's look at the receiver stats for this year. Brian Thomas having a good year. I think he went over another 100 for this game. Yeah, he had to. I know he scored twice. Yeah, so Brian Thomas had 8 receptions right here. 8 receptions, 124 yards, and 3 touchdowns tonight. Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas is having a season this year. Malik Neighbors is too. Look at the stats for Malik this year. 32 receptions, 523 yards, 5 touchdowns. We got the playmakers on offense. Defense, I don't see that guy out there. I don't see that guy out there at all. I just don't see that guy out there on defense. I don't think we created a turnover all night long. I have not seen the LSU DB really break on the ball all year long. Now that I think about it, I can't remember a DB making a great play this year for LSU, and we called ourselves DBU. We was once DBU. We not DBU no more. From what I seen tonight, number 10, God bless him. God bless number 10, Denver Harris. God bless him, man. I don't want to get on him and bash nobody. You know, I don't do that. You know, I train athletes myself, so I try not to do that. But my God, man. My God, man. Like I done seen some of the worst DB play I ever seen for number 10, man. In a long time. Matter of fact, I never seen DB play so bad at LSU. Shouts out to Miss Siltonese McCraney. She reported the Southern won 27-0. Go Jazz, baby. Go Jazz. I gotta figure out who they played though. It won't come up for some reason on ESPN. But these are the stats that is posted tonight. Like I said, Jaden Daniels is having a Heisman season. Jaden Daniels is having a Heisman season. And LSU defense is failing this man. LSU defense is failing this man. They really are. They really are failing Jaden Daniels this year. That's just what it is. Because I truly believe Jaden Daniels is having a Heisman season. I truly believe that. I truly believe it. Welcome into North of the Lake. For everybody who just joined me, like I said, we've been talking this loss that LSU had down in Oxford, Mississippi, to the Ole Miss Rebels. Man, like I said, I don't think LSU will ever be the same after tonight. I said that after the Florida State game as well. And I'm saying it tonight. We can't stop anybody offense. I think Colorado can come down here and give LSU a run for their money. I'm being honest with you. I think Coach Prime can come down here and give LSU a run for their money right now. Because our defense, it ain't it. I'm getting ready to play the full game highlights for tonight. I'm not going to commentate as much. Like I said, I'm not going to commentate as much. But I just want y'all to see, for anybody who didn't see the game tonight. This is LSU versus Ole Miss. They did whatever they want to do to us and with us all night long. They abused us. LSU got abused tonight. And these are the highlights for tonight. For anybody who didn't see the game, I already commentated some of it, but you're going to see in this game here. But like I said, Jaden Daniels is an absolute baller. He is a Heisman candidate. I know LSU record might not reflect it. They may hold it against him, but Jaden Daniels is a Heisman candidate, people. Jaden Daniels is a Heisman candidate. Shout out to John Emery back in the lineup, man. Talented player, never really reached his full potential, but shout out to John Emery. I thought he was nice coming out of high school. Oh, that's the hit right there. Man, that's the hit that Jaden got to go down, man. Jaden got to go down, man. Talented as a dude he is, sometimes he really need to give up sometimes. Sometimes he got to know when to give up. Right there, you know what I'm saying. But shout out to him for the effort, man. He trying to win, man. This dude is trying to win at LSU, man. And our defense is letting him down, bro. That man is giving everything he got, bro. All night. Look at our DBs, man. Our DBs playing 10 yards off. The receiver, our DB is so bad to the point where they just don't want to let nobody behind them. So they just give all the cushion in the world. We ain't got no talent in the DB room. I'm sorry, we just don't. We not as talented as the LSU team used to be. Look at this. I've never seen these type of runs against LSU defense. And look how lackadaisical we look trying to stop them. Look how lackadaisical we look trying to stop them. Look at this. Harold Perkins coming in all wild, not setting the edge, not, you know. Look at our safety. Our safety just don't even look athletic to even chase this man down. We just not that talented of a team. LSU got a long way to go. Look at this. Everybody fitted up. Nobody's off their block. Look at us chasing. We don't even look athletic chasing this man. He run at a different speed than our entire defense. I guess it's what Brian Kelly meant when he said he's still a couple years away. Because he said that in the press conference. But I'm like, man, you don't understand. You at LSU. That's what I was thinking. But I think he knows something that we don't know. And nobody gonna give him a pass on that because you at LSU, bro. You got to recruit. You got to get talent on the field. We got talent on offense. But defense, man, this is the worst I've ever seen LSU on defense since I've been watching LSU football. And I've been watching the LSU football for about 25 years. I've been an LSU fan since I was 5 years old. And I ain't never seen it like this. Like I said, Brian Thomas balling all year long. Look at this catch. Brian Thomas is the first round pick. He remind me of Mike Evans. That's who Brian Thomas remind me of. Because I haven't seen him lose on too many 50-50 balls. I have not seen him lose too many times. Now, I think they should throw it to him more often. Look at us, man. It's like nobody knows where they're supposed to be at. Look at these look at number one. Number one is jogging. Number one gave up the inside, what a DB is never supposed to do. A DB is supposed to never give up the inside. He gave up the inside and then jogged after the man after he caught the ball. The effort is not there with the LSU defense at all. I don't see a fire on defense at all. Jaden Daniels is doing everything that he can, man. This dude is a Heisman candidate, but his defense is failing him. Look at this run. This is what got us back in the game right here. If he don't make this run, we probably don't even have a chance from the get-go. Jaden Daniels is a Heisman candidate. His defense is just failing him, man. I already just went over the stats with y'all. Gets right down the field. Now we back in the game. We was down 14 points, 2 scores. Y'all forgive me. I'm scratching a little bit. That's what happens when you sit in the semi truck. You be scratching all the time. But yeah, Jaden Daniels, man, Heisman candidate. Look at this. Silliness, man. I've never seen an LSU defense give up this type of silliness, man. Just silliness. Like I said, LSU's supposed to have one of the best D-lines in the country. Look at us getting fitted up. Look at us getting fitted up. Everybody, we got 2 guys on the ground on the that's never a good sign. A defensive lineman on the ground. Never a good sign. Not really getting any push. He can do whatever he wants to. Wide open. Blowing assignment. It's too easy this year. And like I said, Jaden Daniels is playing outside of his mind. For real. We got a championship offense this year. We got a little league defense this year. That's what it is. We kind of like that. We kind of like that 2019 Oklahoma team. They had a great offense that year. They just didn't have any defense at all. That's the team that LSU put up 60 points on. That's that Joe Burrow team, championship team. Look at it. We had that all night long. The fade was there all night long, like I mentioned earlier. Let's see if I got a water up in here or something. Appreciate y'all joining North of the Lake. Whoever just came in, I got the highlights going for anybody who missed the game. I kind of gave her like a look. I gave a rundown of the game a little earlier, some of the game at least. So we going through it one more time. Then we're gonna call it a night. Y'all comment. Y'all let me know. Let me know what y'all thoughts is on the game tonight in the comments. Jaden Daniels throwing dimes all night long. Like I said, I think he was 27 or 36, 414 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he went 99 yards on the ground for a touchdown. He had 5 total touchdowns tonight. Over 500 yards of offense. Jaden Daniels tonight. Jaden Daniels is almost having a Lamar Jackson type of season, but his defense is going to ruin it for him. The only way Jaden can win the Heisman going forward, LSU can't lose no more games. It's the only way. Because we got Shador over there in Colorado having a good season. Caleb Williams is having a pretty good season for USC. But I think Jaden Daniels is right up there with those guys for the Heisman. Jaden Daniels should be in New York this year if he continues to play this way. He may not win it because his defense is not going to allow him to get there. That's the rushing touchdown he has on the night. Like you say, he went 99 yards tonight. That play right there was there all night long. Every time Ole Miss ran that little toss play, they got 10 yards. All night long. They averaged 10 yards a carry. Once they figured out LSU couldn't stop it, they just keep running it. That's a credit to Lane Kiffin. That's maybe who we need at LSU. We might need Lane Kiffin at LSU, the way he called this game tonight. He was so fearless. He went for almost every fourth down. Jaden Daniels all night long throwing dimes. All night throwing dimes. Logan D is nice with it. He nice with it, bro. We need a whole lot of him, a whole lot of Jaden Daniels, a whole lot of Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, and we need a whole lot of prayers for the defense. The whole state of Louisiana needs to be praying for LSU defense. Look at this. I never seen our defense look so silly before. It's just embarrassing. This is an embarrassing brand in Louisiana football. And at this point, we up by a score at this point. And this is when we had to put the nail in the coffin, but we never did. Look at this tackling by. Look at our D. We just getting carried. When have you ever seen the LSU defense get carried into the end zone like that? No physicality at all. Number 35, I think, number 35 didn't contain all night long. Savion Jones did not contain all night long. Look at him. Look at 35. 35, man. God bless the dude, man. He's a good player. Savion Jones. I think he out of St. James, if I'm not mistaken. I think he out of St. James High School. I liked him coming out of high school, but man, it's like he put on a whole lot of weight. He don't look as fast, as quick as he used to. I think they made a mistake there with Savion Jones. I think they put too much weight on Savion. He don't look as quick as he used to. Like I said, in the times we needed to close this game out on offense, we struggled. Ole Miss didn't really miss a beat all night long outside of a couple stops by LSU. Good recognition by Jaden Daniels right here to get the ball out. And Brian Thomas makes a questionable catch. I ain't gonna lie. When he called it live, I didn't think it was a touchdown. But they ended up giving it to us. We'll take it. We need everything we need in this game. Anything that we can get, we need to take it this night. Look at this. DB, number 10. Man, look, bro. 10 been playing some horrible football this year. Denver Harris been playing some horrible football. I'm sorry, man. I got to call a ace, a spade, a spade. He been playing some horrible football this year. Look at this. Our safety just getting ran completely over. I've never seen this at LSU before. Just they having their way with us. At this point, we was up 9 points at this point, right? We was up 9 points. This is when we supposed to put the game away. This following drive is when we got to call our best plays. We got to get the best play design because we know that if we give Ole Miss the ball back, they gonna score. And what we gonna do right here, you're gonna see coming up. This is the crucial drive that LSU about to start right now after this touchdown right here. This drive here, look at the play selection. Okay. Right here, I'm thinking, okay, we good. Now, right here is a crucial moment in the game. Mason Taylor needs to get off the field because the clock stops. The clock stopped right there, and it causes about 2 minutes off the clock. That play right there, he needs to be able to get out of, but we don't do nothing with the ball. They get the ball back, and look what they do to us. Whatever they wanted, they got to us. But that play by Mason Taylor was very crucial to this game. Mason Taylor has to get off the field because when Mason Taylor goes down, it stops the clock. And 2 minutes they could have took 2 minutes off the clock without getting the first down. But Mason Taylor going down, he got to know to get off the field if he can get off the field. Poor tackling all night. Our defense, man, look, bro. I've never seen an LSU defense like this. Look, whatever they want. Look at our DBs, man. Look at our DBs. Look at our DBs getting embarrassed. It's embarrassing. This is DBU, where it was DBU. This is DBU. We can't call it ourselves DBU. Look at this. Look at 21. 21, what? Just embarrassing, man. And right here, great play by Chris Hilton. At this point, I'm saying, okay, we got some juice. We got the juice. We got about 40 yards quick. I'm saying, okay, we got a chance here. Like I said, and a situation like this, your best plays got to be, and this is just Jaden Daniels trying to do anything he can to win at this point. In this situation, you got to call all your best plays. They need to be on the table right now. I don't ever see it with LSU. It's like we don't have. Look at the receivers just jogging. Kyle Lacey is jogging. Nobody's trying to get open for this man. It's like everybody's playing lackadaisical with no juice, no pep in their step. Right now, you got to have your best play call. And Jay and Daniels got to know. And this will keep us. Now, this right here, I'm thinking at this point, okay, we about to win this game. Everything lining up for us to win this game. You got to have your best play call, Brian Kelly, Mike Denbrock. You got to have your best play call in these moments. I don't see that creativity in the clutch situations to get your playmakers the ball. Right now, we supposed to win this game right now. We LSU. We got the ball at the 20-yard line, false start. All night long, we had procedure penalties. We had substitution penalties. Too many men on the field. Too many men on the field got called 3 times a night. That's on the coaches. This Jaden Daniels trying to do anything he can to win this game. He was the only person I felt like that was trying to win this game tonight. Look at the receiver at the top. False start. Procedure calls all night long. This is not a well-coached team. This is what this tells me. We had too many men on the field probably about 4 times a night. At this point, you got to have your best play call. I wouldn't have minded the screen in that situation. I would have put the ball in John Emery's hands on the screen right there because everybody was back at the goal line. If that's me right there, if that's me in that situation, I'm calling the screenplay. I'd have put all my whole offensive line out there to block and receivers to block for John Emery. He a shifty guy. I would have took that play over what you call right there. It like the receivers wouldn't even enter the play at all. I don't know, man. Let me see if anybody said anything in the comments. Shout out to SU for getting that dub. SU won 27-0. I'm not sure who they played, but I had that for y'all tomorrow on tomorrow's live at 7 p.m. I appreciate y'all joining North of the Lake. I'm not gonna stay too long tonight. I want to start getting some things together for tomorrow's live. But I do appreciate y'all tuning in. I had to make this video because I really thought LSU was gonna take care of business for, the way that game was setting up. It was setting itself up as a typical LSU versus Ole Miss game. Ole Miss fight us all the way to the end, but LSU makes the plays in order to win the game. That just didn't happen tonight. Don't get me wrong. Jaden Daniels played a great game tonight. But it just wasn't enough. We couldn't overcome that defense tonight, and that's just what it is. Defense is our Achilles heel for the rest of the year. And like I said, I can see us losing 2 more games. I don't think we can beat A&M playing like this. I don't think we can beat Alabama playing like this. And Missouri might come in here and surprise us. So, man, look, I just had to make this live tonight. Y'all have a good night. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long tonight. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. We're gonna be going live on every Sunday at 7 p.m. to discuss high school, to discuss college football, and the Saints. The Saints play tomorrow. We got the Bucks tomorrow at 12 o'clock in the Superdome. So after we, conclude that game at 7 o'clock, we're gonna talk about this week's sports. But I just had to cover this LSU versus Ole Miss game. Like I said, I think Brian Kelly is on the hot seat. Shout out to you if you are watching on live right now. Welcome to North of the Lake. We're getting ready to conclude. But like I said, Brian Kelly is on the hot seat for the rest of the season. I think they're gonna give him 3 years regardless. But next year, because he said give him 3 years. That's what he said. In 3 years, he should have his team installed. Well, guess what? You can't win recruiting tight ends at LSU, Brian Kelly. It shouldn't be your focal point. I'm not saying it's not good to have a good tight end, but LSU never really had great tight ends. We won 3 national championships before you got here, buddy. And we didn't recruit tight end very well here. But what we did do was keep some DBs. We didn't have any DBs tonight. Our DBs is the worst I've ever seen at LSU. Grambling took advantage of our DBs. Grambling made our DBs look stupid. So I knew what the rest of the season was going to entail, but I thought we was going to be able to make some stops. We can't stop nobody. We are just not good on defense. From the top to the bottom, the D-line is underachieving. The middle linebackers look slow and unathletic. They can't get to the edge. If you can get the edge on this LSU defense, that I have never seen an LSU defense that you can run outside on until this year. You can get the edge on us consistently. We don't have the speed at linebacker outside of Harold Perkins. We don't have the speed to get to the edge. Our DBs is not coming up and hitting and making tackles at the line of scrimmage like we used to seeing at LSU. Brian Kelly better hit that portal and hit it hard for defensive backs. This is the worst DB play I've ever seen at LSU. This is not DBU no more. Like I said, we don't have that guy this year. We just don't have that guy this year. And it's simple as that. We don't have that guy this year. So he better hit that transfer portal hard for defensive backs. I ain't never seen nothing like that at LSU. I'm embarrassed for our DBs. Man, I've never seen us get bullet ball like we've been getting this year by teams. We got bullet tonight. Our DBs got bullet. Our safety was on his back all night long. But like I said, I ain't gonna hold it long tonight, y'all. I got right back into it, didn't I? I got right back into it, man. But look, I'm going live tomorrow, 7 p.m. every Sunday at 7 p.m. We're gonna discuss sports of North of the Lake. We're gonna discuss our high school. We're gonna discuss college football, LSU. Probably talk about Coach Prime a little bit and Colorado, and we also gonna talk about those Saints tomorrow. I'm signing out, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in to North of the Lake. We on the growing. I am back in studio. I'm not in that semi truck, so I'm back in studio. It's gonna get lit. I'm able to do a lot more in studio than I am over the road. So Like I said, appreciate y'all joining me. Join in tomorrow, Sunday at 7. I'm signing out. I appreciate y'all for coming through and hollering at your boy.